Welcome to this edition of the Wainhouse Research Executive Briefing Series. I'm your host, Steve Vonder. Haar. Joining me for this edition of the Executive Briefing Series is Vern Hanzlik, CEO of Qumu. Welcome, Vern.
Hey, good to see you, Steve.
So Qumu, as we know, is a provider of enterprise streaming platforms. But when we say the word enterprise streaming platform, that may be taking a different definition we've thought about it traditionally. When
Right.
people ask you what an enterprise streaming platform is today, what do you tell them?
You know, it's we, as an organization, we focus on, the Forbes 5,000, 2,000, and we look at how our solution fits into the fabric of an enterprise. So we've built up a platform. We have multiple platforms, one that runs on premise, one runs in the cloud, hybrid, but we really kind of are more solution selling now than just, hey, we're doing a live event for executives, we're doing video on demand. We think about it holistically where people are going to be using video. I mean, that's where the future's going. So I think that our message is, security, extensibility, content is going to grow fivefold, so content management, the creation tools, and then delivery. Building that broadcast quality network, which we do a lot of evangelizing and education as we look at these enterprises. And where do they want to compute? We're still seeing a lot of on-premise computing.
Right.
We're investing in both as an organization.
Now that's interesting. You talk about solution sales in a market where we start to see some hosted folks maybe try to come at a very low price point in the marketplace. Right. And sometimes those aren't solutions that are full-blown enterprise suite solutions. But talk about the concept of solution sales and how it fits in the context of that market trend.
Well, the cloud computing piece is 2 years ago we invested in an organization and a strategy that we know cloud computing is going to be big.
Right.
And people are going to use it. They are point solutions sometimes, either it's training or it's website or it's potentially creation, but it's external communication. And so they don't deal with the complexities of single sign-on, SAML, reaching inside, delivery of more of a, so edge computing is a big thing for us on our delivery. So we kind of we look at it as that we do have point solutions that we provide with our cloud, with our Qumu cloud. And we go into departmental and we'll solve marketing, those point type things. But ours is more of a land and expand strategy.
Right.
It says the solution is that's where their budget is, that's where they need to consume video at this point, this is where they are from a security perspective, and then extensibility is, do they need to integrate with SharePoint or Jive or Yammer or the social network, and the mobile component of this starts to be a huge component of both the creation side and the consumption side of video.
Yeah, so the hosted aspect lets you land, and then what are the aspects of expand, if you will, in terms of integration in a corporate computing network? And by that question, if you can talk a little bit about what kind of vision you see for Qumu, for example, integrating with UC solutions. Yeah,
so I mean, we've probably 18 months ago we saw all the endpoint compute, the old UC, what I call is the hardware base, which is still lots of it. And we see that those are starting to front end opportunities.
Right.
Where Skype for Business is big. We have a partnership with Pepsi, we've integrated with Econo, or just in with our unified communications gateway. So we say, look, those are endpoints to create and ingest video, and we stream it. So we're seeing those types of things being a big opportunity for us. And we're educating the market a little bit. And I would say the top 15% of the larger organizations are seeing that. The financial community, which we have a very large base of customers there, pharmaceutical. So we see that as a really an opportunity to create more viral type video computing. And then you have to make sure the network's in place. So the next phase of the expand is, oh boy, this is great, I got 1,000 videos up. Now all of a sudden people start to deal with a network issue.
Yeah.
And then we come in and design our network with our Pathfinder technology.
Right.
Whether that's, so just edge computing, which we can attach Pathfinder to our cloud, or it's the IT gets involved and says, look, we want to run all this in our data center, and we want it on premise, and we want to design, and we have, the capability to do both. So we that's where you still get into solution selling with the network piece, the scale, and then who's going to touch it, the security, the authentic, what are they going to do with this video? I mean, how secure does it need to be?
Yeah.
If it's pharma, it's usually pretty secure, and they're concerned about that.
Yeah. So as we look at 2017, what's going to be happening with the Qumu product roadmap and to try to address some of those enterprise issues?
So we look at our themes are extensibility with our platform. So service-based architectures, partnerships to bring us into markets that we're not engaged in right now. We do a great job with our customers. We got about 250 customers. So extensibility, creation, the desktop, more capability. We've got a really robust set of tools there, but we're going to make that more usable, more ubiquitous so people can create video. We'll continue to invest a lot in mobile, sort of a mobile framework more than a mobile just specific apps. Because across those platforms that people want to, because security becomes a big issue with enterprise mobile management.
Absolutely.
Robustness in management. We see, my background is more in enterprise content management. We see video, like we've talked about, it's going to be like the document. It's going to be everywhere. The size and the mass and the storage and the management of that in these big enterprises is going to grow. So we're investing in that area. And then the other area, which we've always been best in class, is in our Pathfinder and our delivery. We'll continue to evolve sort of a more intelligent way to build these networks, easier to deploy, and more software-based versus appliance-based. We're going down more of a container strategy with all of our stuff so it can run anywhere. So as we build out our technologies and our roadmaps, we look about people using our software in, we have cloud computing, we have hybrid computing, we have on-prem, and we see that market still steady state. And people want to consume in all three areas, so we have to make our platform run on all three of those effectively, multi-tenant in cloud, hybrid computing where you have cloud and edges, so there's a lot of investment we're doing there. And then just, ease of use and extensibility, dynamic players that we're working on to make that more integratable. Different applications can talk to it, so we're doing a lot of things with our player and the way the player evolves with inside the solution. So,
well, it sounds like you have your plate full for 2017.
we have a lot of work. We're investing still about 23% of our revenue in R&D, and we'll continue to do that. We think that this market's going to continue to grow in the enterprise, and we're staying laser focused as an organization on those top problems.
Excellent. Well, best of luck to you in 2017. Thank you for joining us on the WR Executive Briefing Series. And I want to invite all our viewers to come back to the Wainhouse Research blog. We're going to have more thought leadership video content through the rest of the year. So come on back, and we thank you for joining us this time, and be sure to look out for more video content on the Wainhouse Research blog in the days ahead. Thanks a lot.